Right, okay guys, welcome to the latest episode of this thing that I do. I basically look at and try and play every sort of shoot 'em up type game in MAME that begins with a certain letter of the alphabet. Now this one is M, and what I would suggest you do, if you're going to watch the whole thing, I would suggest you go and put the kettle on, make yourself a nice cup of tea, maybe get a nice couple of chocolate biscuits and sit down and enjoy, because this one is a veritable behemoth. It's taken me, I mean, it's 1 hour and 20 of lots of videos. So to kick things off, this is Macross Plus. Fairly standard shooter, some nice weapons going on there. I mean, if anyone watches my channel on a regular basis, you've probably heard me mention on quite a few occasions that shoot 'em ups is my favourite genre of video game. I like the rawness and the simplicity of them. It's just you against the machine. You know, generally it's you've got to move your ship up, down, left and right, avoid the baddies and kill everything. You know, there's no fancy game mechanics. You might get a smart bomb, whatever, or you power up by holding the fire button down. But I just love the pick up and play these, and it's the type of game that really, it's perfect for my my sort of circumstances. You know, I've not got time to sit and play a Halo 5 for 5 hours at a time, whatever. I love the arcade games, and this is in particular shoot 'em ups. So it's always wonderful to actually go through. What I do is I open up MAME, I've always got the screenshots, and I just go through and go through the big list of games, and if a game looks like it's a shooter, then it gets included in this. One type of game that I don't include are like running gun games like Commando or anything like that, because I don't really look upon that as a shoot 'em up. So it's usually got to involve a spaceship or something. But this is really nice. I didn't catch when this one came out. But yeah, one thing, I mean, being a shoot 'em up fan, I'm absolutely spoiled stupid with MAME. I mean, MAME is a dream come true, because there's just, well, you can see here, I don't know how many games, I think there's something like 35 games in this episode, and that is just the letter M. I mean, there must be, you're probably talking 500 games all in, possibly more, you know. And the wonderful thing is, through MAME you can get to play them for nothing. Technically you're supposed to own the arcade cab, but yeah, like that's going to happen. But this is really nice, great game. Got to say, there's going to be a few stinkers on the way. What I do with this type of video is I'll record myself playing the game, and then I'll piece them all together, and then I'll do a commentary. I used to kind of do the commentary as I played, which was great, but it's harder to kind of get the time to sit down and do that. I need total peace and quiet, so if I can record the gameplays and then do the overlay, the voice later on, it works just as well. So that is excellent, really good one to kick things off. That is Macross Plus. Right, next one up is Mad Planets. Now I did actually, I played a couple of sort of conversions of this on the C64. Was it Crazy Comets and Mega Apocalypse, I think it's called. Now, apologies now, this game I believe used a spinner. So you actually move it about and you actually rotate the little spaceship, and I was trying to use a joystick here. In fact, this was a mouse I was trying to use, and it just really wasn't controlling properly at all. So I'm really not giving a good demonstration of this game at all. It's meant to be a fun game. I'm not overly keen in the graphics. I don't know quite what it is. But yeah, the idea of the game is you've got to shoot the planets. The more you shoot them, the more they heat up and the angrier they become. The idea is you've got to try and pick up, you'll see little spacemen floating about with their arms flailing, and you've got to try and pick these wee guys up. I'm actually doing a lot better than I thought I was going to do, but yeah, like I said, there's a good conversion on the C64, Mega Apocalypse and Crazy Comets, but it's not a game I've ever played. I've never played it in arcades, but yeah, it looks a nice one. That's Mad Planets. Right, next one, on the subject of being mad, we've got a rather pissed off shark, or Mad Shark. 1993 by Illuminar, they're called. We've got our standard kind of rock music fare for shoot 'em ups of the 90s. So I love games like this. I love this. You can see exactly what you've got to do. I mean, there's a million of these shoot 'em ups with tanks and that kind of stuff, but you know what? It doesn't bother me when you like. If you like that style of game, then you enjoy them all. One of my favourite games that features tanks, and it's a shoot 'em up, is, what's it called, Tiger Heli. It was a game that I used to play back in the day. I was actually quite good at it, and I've played it since, and it's really difficult. So I think the old reactions are starting to slow a wee bit. But it's interesting to see just how many shoot 'em ups that are out there, not even just shoot 'em ups, arcade games in general, which never ever saw a release on home systems. I think the problem was there was just so many of these games getting punted out. Everybody was jumping on the bandwagon making shoot 'em ups, and they're all very, very similar. So, you know, the software companies of the day would obviously try and go for the most popular ones, the ones that look the best. I like the detail in this actually. Now I've actually got an interview lined up with Gary Bracey, who was one of the big cheeses of Ocean Software. I'm going to be talking to Gary in the next 2-3 weeks. So I think he was the man responsible for picking what games were licensed, so I'll need to ask Gary what criteria he actually used. But anyway, that is Mad Shark, and that is really good. Right, next one, this is I remember seeing this, I remember seeing it getting advertised in the magazines back in the day, and I remember seeing a what do you call it, a review in Zap, and also it looked really nice, but I think it got absolutely panned. This is Mag Max, not Mad Max, Mag Max. Now this was in Bathgate Arcade, the one I used to frequent when I was at their release for college. Now if I remember rightly, well, it's bloody difficult, if I remember rightly, you go, it's not like a platform but you go underneath the ground, I think. It's been a long time since I played it, but this is one game. It's good to play the arcade because the home versions were rubbish, or at least the Commodore 64 one was. It was mega blocky. I like the kind of not the parallax scrolling. I like the sort of 3D. Well, it's parallax scrolling, but it's done in such a way it's actually really subtle. Ah, right, yeah, this is the one. Yeah, you know what it is? I'm thinking the reason I'm saying platform is because I'm sure when you upgrade, you become a robot that kind of walks. Yeah, the home versions of this was ported by Imagine, which was the label, not the original crap Imagine, the good one that the Ocean took over years ago. There's the walking robot, although you still fly for some strange reason. It's pretty tough though, I've got to say. I like that. Yeah, that's Mag Max. This next one is Magical Spot 2. Is there a Magical Spot 1? I don't know, we'll have a look. Right, now I don't know whether it's just not emulated properly, but there seems to be a complete lack of any sound. Well, we had the sound at the very start. Is that a lobster or something? You know what they look like? They look like Cat in the Hats, you know, the film that had Mike Myers, the Cat in the Hat. It's an American thing. It looks like a guy. It looks like one of these sort of Cat in the Hat's head with its big hat on. But I think I think they're supposed to be lobsters or something. Yeah, as you can see, not every arcade game was worth playing. I mean, there was stuff like this which was pretty diabolical. I guess if this was all you had, can you imagine your local sports centre, your local chippy, this was the game they got in. I do remember a few awful games in my local chippy, but I never played the arcade games in the chippy, because that's where the chippy was, where all the sort of the toe rags used to hang about, and I wasn't one of them, so I'd probably get my head kicked in if I was to play it. They'd probably push me out the way and take my credit, or take my man, as I like to call it. Can I have your last man? That's what folk used to say when they wanted a shot of your arcade game. Yeah, this is pretty woeful. Oh, we've now got cats. Oh no, they look like cats as they're falling. Then they turn into the lobster things. So this is pretty woeful. And thankfully it never saw a release that I'm aware of on home systems. So yeah, that is Magical Spot 2. Awful game. Oh, for the love of God, we've got a first one. This is Magical Spot 1, so this presumably is going to be even worse than the sequel. Now, am I possibly missing a trick here? Does this look any different from its sequel? This looks to me to be the same game, other than a different title screen. And again, this one has got a complete lack of sound, other than the really annoying little tune. Anyway, listen, I'm not going to waste any more time. This is Magical Spot. Right, thankfully that's the end of the Magical Spots. This is Major Havoc. Now, apologies about the sort of, not the poor graphics, but it's awfully dull looking. I was trying to mess about with the vectors, but I couldn't really get them any brighter. Now, what's impressive about this game is its coloured vector graphics. I would love to see an original arcade game of this. There's just something really impressive about vector graphics. Now, what's happening here? Right, okay, it's cut into some kind of platform game thing. Hold the button for higher jumps. I guess it still merits a place in the shoot 'em up, because it does have a shoot 'em up part to begin with. It's quite unusual to see a platform game made with vectors, so that's game over. Alright, let's go again. I'm not aware of any home versions of this. Was there one for the Vectrex Major Havoc? I don't think so. Possible, you never know. Yeah, the controls is very fiddly indeed. Hold button for higher jumps. I'm not actually sure what the idea of the game is. Well, I presume you got to follow the arrows, but trying to jump up there is nigh on impossible. Anyway, enough of that. That is Major Havoc. Let's crack on. Right, this is Mariner. Now, it came up that this is based on the Scramble hardware, and you can see here it is kind of very similar to Scramble. There's a game that I remember playing in the rugby club back in the early or late 70s, early 80s, and it was kind of similar to this, but it's not this game, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. Maybe my memory's just sort of squidging what the actual game was, but it's something similar. You basically are in a submarine, and I can remember seeing like the big kind of things that you had to shoot at the bottom. It's kind of like Scramble, but it was underwater. But for the life of me, I've never been able to find out what that game was. But yeah, this is pretty much a clone of Scramble. I'm not overly keen in the garish kind of green colour. It actually looks like your wee submarine's a shark. It looks like a white shark. It's got a kind of head and a flashing eye as well. Yeah, I mean, these games were fun back in the early 80s, but playing them now, I find it's a bit of a chore. Don't get me wrong, I still love Scramble. Scramble's a great game. We're now into a sort of, well, I was going to say a snow-covered level, but we're underwater, so is that ice possibly? Who knows? But some of these kind of bootleggy type games, or clones I should maybe call it, are not the greatest. But I guess if you played this a lot in the day, you'd probably have quite enjoyed it. So that is Mariner. Right, next up is Mahkum by Sun Electronics. Now this looks like some kind of, how do you say, early R-Type. Maybe not quite. Some of the early kind of shooters, they were all very garish. They had really bright kind of bright colours. And I'm guessing this was probably one of them. Again, quite an unremarkable game. Kind of similar to Scramble a wee bit. I mean, you've got your missiles and you've got your sort of gun as well. Again, I don't think this one was ever released commercially for any home systems. I mean, there was just simply so many of these games. Was that a power-up thing I destroyed, I think? Possibly. That thing there, is that a power-up? No. Anyway, listen, that's Mahkum. Next one is Mars Matrix. Now, I know this is a good game because I've got it from a Dreamcast. This was ported to quite a few home systems. I think it might also have been released for the PS2. I guess we could safely call this a bullet hell shooter. I never quite know what criteria makes a game a bullet hell shooter, other than it's got to be tons and tons of bullets. This is probably one of the slightly less frantic bullet hell shooters compared to some that you see. I didn't actually catch who makes this. I don't think it's what do you call them that make Toad and Patchy. Let's go for another go. Nice graphics, although I prefer the kind of cave shooters because they generally have a bit more kind of variety of baddies. This is very kind of, it's all kind of industrial robots type thing. Almost getting there, almost there. You can see there the bullets, there's always a pattern. I mean that's the thing about bullet hell shooters you need to understand. Although they may look impossible, there is always a path through them. And that's what you need to try and do, you need to navigate through. So that was Mars Matrix. This next one is just called Mars. Yeah, it would be easy for me just to kind of admit games like this because, yeah, they're not the greatest. You know, games like this, we wouldn't be playing games that we've got now if it wasn't for the early games like this. And like I said earlier on, I mean, playing some of these games now, I wouldn't because they're not particularly enjoyable. And I think you can tell this is pretty much a version of Scramble. It's even got the same font. It probably uses the same kind of board. I mean, a lot of these kind of bootlegs, they would take the board from another game and just tweak the graphics, and you can sort of tell that's what they've done there. I would say it's quite a bit easier than Scramble because you've got the four-way bullets. So, you know, you're basically firing in four directions all at once. And that even that even sounds like Scramble sound effects. Good night. Again, I don't think I ever saw this particular game on any home systems, but they obviously just picked the best ones for licensing. Was that an extra life? Oh, I think it is. Not that we're wanting that. Yeah, as much as I do love, I absolutely adore shoot 'em ups. Some of the early ones, looking at them now, it's like, ugh. Would you want to play them now? Probably not. So, anyway, that is called Mars. Master of Weapon by Tito, 1989. Never heard of this one. I was actually in two minds about whether to include this particular game because I thought, is it a shoot 'em up or is it a driving game? It's kind of a bit of both almost. Well, I'll definitely say it's more shoot 'em up. And it's got that one shoot 'em up game mechanic which I don't like, and that is having the crosshair thing. You're going to press two buttons. I would much rather just have one to think about. Basically, it's like Xavier skinny controls. I'm not a fan of that at all. It's alright. I mean, again, when there's so many games like this, there's always going to be, you're always going to compare them with the better shoot 'em ups. That is Mastery Weapon. Right, this is Mayday. Now, what is interesting about this game, it's actually released by Williams. Now, if any of you are familiar with Defender or Robotron, you'll probably recognise quite a few of the little sound effects. I mean, this even looks quite similar to Defender. It's got the same firing mechanism. Now, considering how iconic all of Williams' arcade games were, I've never even heard of this game. So was this a game that was never released, or? Strange. I really know nothing about this one. If anyone knows any history about it, then please put the comments below. I'd be interested to know. I mean, I don't know if it's sort of fully emulated, because it seems to go very slow, or is this some kind of feature, some kind of slow motion thing? I don't know. But certainly the sound effects are very Williams. So whether this was like an early prototype before Defender came out, I really don't know. And that is just like the explosion in Defender, albeit in slow motion. It could well just be that it was just one of their lesser known games. So I've never heard of it before, so when I was recording this video that I thought, this looks and sounds very familiar. I mean, that is straight out of Robotron. There's that slow motion thing going on again. Yeah, it's a strange game, like I said. It may well be other people may have heard of it. I've never even seen it before, never heard of it before. But it does use a lot of the sort of the sound effects, especially from Robotron. So anyway, that is Mayday. Right, next up is Mazinger by, oh, I didn't even see that there, Dynamic something or another. And like a lot of these Japanese shmups, it likes to incorporate a bit of manga, even if it's just a little picture of somebody at the top corner. Some really nice detailed little graphics going on here. And it's always interesting when you're playing so many games, when you're making a video like this and you're playing so many games, you're always going to, is that a power up? Hey! You're always going to unearth some howlers, and you're always going to unearth some really hidden gems. I've never even heard of this game, but actually really nice. Looks like you're taking on Skeletor or something. Yeah, anyway, that is Mazinger. Right, next up is Mega Phoenix. Now, I was quite excited to actually see this. I didn't actually know that this existed, this game. I love the original Phoenix, so I was quite, excited to see a sequel. It did say right enough in MAME, it came up with a warning that the sound is not fully emulated, so I'm not quite sure what's actually missing. But the first level looks quite, it's, in fact, this is the second level obviously, very similar to the original Phoenix as far as layout goes. Should be the egg level next. Yep, it certainly is. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm obviously watching this on a monitor, but this game looks like it was in a game that was for an Amiga or an ST or something, rather than an arcade game. It doesn't look like an arcade game. Yeah, same idea as the original, obviously just slightly better graphics. Do they improve the game any? I'm not quite sure. There's something nice about the original. With more eggs again, pink eggs this time, yep. Ah, right, okay, they've done their own thing here. The original Phoenix, you would have the big spaceship, or mothership as you like to call it, with the sort of force field thing you've got to try and destroy, but this is obviously doing its own thing. I think I prefer the original one actually. But an interesting take on the original anyway. So that is Mega Phoenix. Right, this one's called Megazone. It seems rather simplistic compared to the last offering. It's quite funny when you're sitting watching, a video like this with lots of different games spanning quite a long time in video games. You get games like this that just look as basic as anything, very, very sparse looking. I didn't actually catch when this game came out. I'm guessing this was probably quite an early game. You've got the little map thing at the side. As I've said a few times, there's I would literally say there's hundreds of shoot 'em ups that were released, and there's over a long period. So the early games, looking back at the early games now, yeah, there's very few you would regard as classics. Don't get me wrong, there are some early games, Asteroids, Space Invaders, they are groundbreaking, they will always be classics, but then you got games like that are pretty, unforgettable. So that was Megazone. Right, next one is Mega Blast. And I've got to say, for a starter weapon, they're quite generous. Not many video games give you 4-way shooting right off the bat, plus numerous upgrades within about a minute of playing it. most video games, they make you earn any shoot 'em ups. They make you earn any weapon upgrades. But this one just gives them right out, which is very nice of them. No, it doesn't. Does it make it a particularly enjoyable game? Does it make it very challenging? I'm not quite sure. I think there's a certain satisfaction in actually earning weapon upgrades than just being given them like this. Oh well, spoke too soon. Right, so I've got to navigate around them. Oh! Yeah, that's Mega Blast. I'm not quite sure about the Mega part, but anyway. Right, next one is another Mega. It's Mega Attack. Let's see if it is. Is it Mega Tacky? Yes, this is obviously one of the earlier games. This was back when every company under the sun was making and releasing video games. You never ever hear anybody talking about Mega Attack. I wonder how many original cabinets of Mega Attack exist. The thing is, some of the worst games are the most collectible because they were so bad. Nobody actually wanted them, so probably very few actually released. Right, what happened there? I appear to have lost my 3-way shoot thing. A rather bizarre game. What's this? Alright, second. Oh, so it must be different phases. Right, so I've just done the first one. Oh, is this the third one we're on now? Why is it saying score 0? Oh no, that must be the high score, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's a bizarre looking game. I mean, the way the score's like outlined rather than sort of filled in. Yeah, you'll be glad to know the next game is not a mega game. I think we've seen quite enough mega games. I mean, the baddies almost look like vector graphics. It's very odd. Anyway, that's Mega Attack. Mega Forgetful. Right, this is Metafox. And it's got a liberal dose of 1990s rock music, which we all loved back in the day. You had to, because that's all you got. Again, it's your generic shoot 'em up with tanks and aeroplanes and what have you. Kinda reminds me of Banshee and the Commodore Amiga. I think I probably prefer Banshee actually. I think given how many games are in this video and how long it's actually taken me, I mean I actually started this video about a month ago and it's taken me that long to finish it. I'm really not looking forward to the letter S. So I think it's going to have to be as a two-parter. As much as I enjoy talking about video games, when you're talking about I don't know how many 30 odd games in one video, it can get slightly tedious, especially when they're all pretty much the same. So these videos are good. They're good and bad. They're good because you get to, you know, you will occasionally find a cracking game that you've never heard of, which you'll then want to play again. And it'll also unearth some bad games that you know you'll never want to ever look at again. Yeah, quite reminiscent of Flying Shark. It's amazing how these games, they just don't have the panache of cave shooters. When you see a game like Dodonpachi, it's bright, it's brazen, it's got really, you know, amazing visuals. And then you get games like this, which are they're nice enough looking, but they're just so generic. Anyway, that's meta, folks. Right, next one, Metal Black by Tito, 1991. I'm expecting good things from this one. Oh well, at least it's a sideways shooter for a change. And it's got some jolly music, excuse me. What the hell, it's certainly generous with old upgrades again. Like constantly raining power-ups. If you didn't know differently, you'd think this was actually... there's some sort of cheat mode going on here. But I can assure you it's all above board. Is that a guy doing karate? Doing a high kick, looks like it is. Oof, what the hell was that? Oh, some large crab thing. All these companies must have employed guys that were just constantly putting out shoot 'em ups. I wonder what kind of brainstorming sessions they had, because I mean they must have seen all these games that were out there and thinking, right, you know, we need to try and stand out from the crowd. How do we make this game a wee bit different? But you know, if a game's good, are they frogs? Or the locusts? Or I don't know what they are. I think they're frogs. Yeah, they need to try and be a wee bit different. But like I say, if a game's semi-decent and it gets money, then you know you'll be quite happy, because at the end of the day, arcade games are all about making money. What staggers me about MAME is just, you know, all these games that we can play, somewhere someone has had an arcade cabinet, so they've been able to dump the ROMs from it, you know. That's pretty amazing. I mean, the guys from MAME have done an incredible job that we can all enjoy these games. Games that are probably, a lot of these games are probably no longer exist as far as arcade games go, you know, so the fact that they've preserved these for generations to play is very commendable. So anyway, that is Metal Black. Now, next one up is Metal Hawk, and this is an early game, Namco 1988. You can usually tell from what year it is if it's going to be any good or not. 1988, well, we were into the realms of sort of, I don't know, some decent games. Ah, right, okay, so something a wee bit different. Slightly reminiscent of Thunderhawk. Thunderhawk? Thunder? Yeah, Thunderhawk, that's the helicopter one, isn't it? Quite nice graphical effects here. It's certainly true though, I mean, you know, they were since sort of the advent of the video game, there have been some absolutely amazing, incredible video games, but there are, you know, the same with the home industry, there have been an awful lot of games that are just so unoriginal and instantly forgettable. But There was a game in Amiga that had a similar viewpoint to this. I can't remember what it was called. You basically played the part of a helicopter. Can't for the life of me think what it was. Right, we need an Atlas or a cave shooter next, because I'm beginning to lose the will to live with some of these games. I'm trying to figure out what is the 400 and the arrow. Is that the Atlas shoot possibly? I don't know how to... Yeah, sorry. Anyway, that ended rather abruptly. I was too busy looking at the radar there. This is Metal Soldier something or another. Metal Soldier Isaac it's called. And it looks like you play the part of a metal soldier, oddly enough. What happened here? Am I now just ahead? Looks like it. I wonder how many people own the original Metal Soldier Isaac cabs. I'm guessing not many. Kinda reminds me a wee bit like Xavius. Sort of ground targets and that kind of stuff. Well, it doesn't play anything like that obviously, because this one is 360-degree scrolling. That was Metal Soldier Isaac. Right, at last a game I recognise. This is Mele. You see, this is what I'm talking about. This is a basic game, basic graphics, but it's just the gameplay is so tight. Great game. Though I do prefer its predecessor, Centipede, but Millipede's still an excellent game. Fast paced, oh, mind the killer fleet. Now, I'm using a joystick to control this. This game would have been controlled using a trackball. This game pinches some sound effects. I mean, the sound effect of the spider is exactly the same sound effect that you get in Centipede. Whoa, it's Flea Avalanche. Rather more erratic spider. What the hell is that? Ugh. It's a fiendishly difficult game though, as is Centipede. Ah, bollocks. Oh, what is that? It's not, that's the sound of the scorpion, but I didn't quite catch what that was. Oh, it's coming all the way down. Yeah, basically the more mushrooms that you shoot, the more fleas come down the screen, so just be aware. Don't go shooting mushrooms willy-nilly because you'll just get bombarded with fleas. I don't know what that is, some kind of beetle thing? I don't know. Ah, balls. Anyway, that's a great game. That is Millipede, and that was obviously ported to quite a few systems back in the day. Right, this odd looking game is called Mini Invaders. Don't ask. I don't even know if there's any sound. Yeah, that was round one. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be any sound. I've got no idea who released this game. I'm guessing it wasn't Namco somehow. But they've just stolen all the graphics. But then bootleg games back in the day was very, very commonplace. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of games you get for, you know, smartphones, sort of like remixed versions of Space Invaders. It doesn't really strike me as being an actual arcade game. That looked like I'd hit that spaceship anyway. I think they forgot the animation for the when your ship blows up. Anyway, that was Mini Invaders. That was bollocks. This is called Marax by Current Technology, 1985. Is it going to be shite or not? Ah, it's a pseudo 3D game, a bit like Buck Rogers, yeah. At least it's something a wee bit different. This was kind of the Space Harrier of its day, I suppose. I don't know if you can actually destroy that, or you just have to avoid it. Yeah, I think avoiding it's probably the easiest thing to do. Yep. Oh. Oh, I've got a big dragon. So it's kind of an early Space Harrier, isn't it? I suppose when you think about it, Space Harrier came out, what, only 2 years after it? 87, something like that. I think it might be 1986. That is Marax, yeah. Right, next is Mission 660. Again, this is released by Tito, so it should be not crap. Now, I didn't catch what year, but I am guessing. Ooh, 82. Kinda reminds me a wee bit like Star Force. Without the scrolling spaceship, but it's got that kind of look to it. What on earth? Oh, kill the asteroid. Oh! Hey! I've just freed a space shuttle by the looks of things. I can actually shoot these things. The tricky part's getting underneath though. And he's buggered off up. Kill the bug, whatever that was. Is that some kind of upgrade thing? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I think it's safe to say there were more games not ported to home computers than ported. Right, this one looks interesting. This is called Mission Craft. Didn't catch the year, but I'm guessing it wasn't yesterday. Right, interestingly it looks a wee bit like Legendary Wings. Ah, it's got it. It's got the same power-ups, I can't remember what shoot 'em up it is. It's kind of robotic or sort of mechanically tanks type thing rather than sort of dragons and things. It's got some interesting little trumpet solo going on there, which is now stopped because I mentioned it. And it's game over. See, there's a complete lack of sound effects. So that would just annoy me playing this game. I would want sound effects. I don't want that poxy music playing. There is some sound effects now. So why has the music stopped? Is it because it heard me, possibly? Yeah, it's a bit different, but this looks a wee bit more interesting. It's hard to tell actually what these graphics are supposed to be. Are they dragons or what? I don't know. Anyway, that's enough of that one, I think. Yeah, let's move on. Right, this one is called Mission X. Success, and I didn't even, too slow to read it. Oh, dearie me. God. Yeah, this is like if there was a knockoff Chinese 1942, this is probably what it would look like. But you know what, I shouldn't knock it. It's probably a very, very early game. There was a system that was out in the arcades, and then rather than have arcade boards, you actually loaded the game in using cassette. I shit you not, it was actually a thing. Obviously it was very, very cheap for the, you know, the person that had the machine. You know, all they had to do was pay for a cassette rather than a new arcade board. And the graphics for all the games, there was one game I remember in particular, a golf game, quite similar to this, very, very garishly looking. They looked like a computer game rather than a proper arcade game. But this is quite awful, this one. Certainly don't recall any home version of it, though I'm sure it'd probably be better than this. Yeah, that's Mission X, instantly forgettable, I think. Right, talking of instantly forgettable, this is Moon Alien. Now it's running on Galaxian hardware. Oh, we've got an energy bar. Can you see any vague similarity to Galaxian? I'm detecting slight similar sound effects as well, i.e. exact copies. I'll take back the bit about being woeful. I mean, Galaxian's a great game, and this is a good game as well. I'm not quite sure of the legality of this particular game. All they've done here is tweak the graphics, and that is about it. But that's what went on back then. Yeah, it is. Well, it's not basically Galaxian, it is Galaxian. But they've just changed the sprites and they've added an energy bar. Interestingly, the energy bar actually moves down. So what happens when it gets to the bottom? We shall never know. Yeah, that is Moon Alien Part 2, which suggests there's a Part 1. Right, you know this one. This is regarded as a classic game, but it's not. I'm not a fan of it. It's just too damn difficult. It is ridiculously unforgiving. The sprite, what do you call it? No, collection. The sprite detection is woeful. But there's lots of people that like the game. I'm just not one of them. This was one game that did get released quite successfully to home computers. Yeah, it's a very, very unfair game this. I mean, the movement of the baddies seems very, very random. I mean, they'll go off the screen and then come up right underneath you and kill you. Which I'm sure they may well demonstrate as I'm trying to show you the game. Oh, there we go. I've just been lucky managing to avoid them so far. Get! It was an interesting game for its time, quite original. I mean, the graphics are quite nice. It had lots of different sort of phases as well, you know. Got a bit of originality, plus it's got this as well, the little docking stage, so you know, it was fondly remembered. It's just not a game that I particularly enjoy. I just find it too difficult. Anyway, try and dock. Oh, it's slightly off, but that'll do. So now I have got enhanced firepower. Ah, I've only got the 2 bullets. No, I haven't, I've got the 3. But just not at once. It does make it infinitely easier, though you're always a bigger target to hit. Ah, bollocks, see what I mean? That just disappeared. You can't even avoid that, it's just pure random. I like the sound effects in this game though. Case in point. Yeah, that is Mooncrester. Right, next up is Moonquasar. Or Moon... yeah, I was going to say Moonquasar, but it's got an R at the end. Holy moly, that's one bright looking sprite thing. In fact, do you notice any similarities here? This spaceship is identical to the one in Mooncrester. So yeah, you can see there it's the same arcade board. In fact, it's almost the same game. Other than that little bit at the very start. That tune sounds very, very similar to the little alien tune in Close Encounters. Oh, boom! Did. Yes, I think we can safely say this is a bastardised version of Mooncrester. And they've not even tried to hide it so much, they've called it Moonquasar. Even some of the baddies look almost identical. Or they look a wee bit more like Galaga. Ah, right, so we're getting to... we're actually getting the normal docking sequence. Dearie me. Nice to see that plagiarism was alive and well back in 1982. Yeah, they've taken the game and they've just added a couple of extra levels and thought nobody will ever notice. Saying that, I didn't actually notice who made that. Was it by the same company who made Mooncrester? Surely not. Boom. Yep, that is Moon Quasar. Or Moon Cresta Part 2. Right, next up is Moon Shuttle by Nithon Buson in 1981. Whoa! Bloody hell, I didn't expect this. That is bizarre. It's a bizarre kind of graphical style. It looks like these rocks have just been overlaid. Which I suppose that's what it is. It's quite an unusual viewpoint actually. Oh, was that a bit of speech as well I missed? Actually, your ship looks more like a hypodermic needle, and that's like a pair of balls with red balls, tartan balls. Some meaty sound effects though. I'll say one thing, it's very original. Oof. Kind of reminds me like a section of Salamander. Ah, we've now got rocks that move. You've always got to try and blast your way through them. Yeah, interesting. That is Moon Shuttle. Never give up, as he says. Next one by Stern Electronics. This is Moon War. Right, so it's kinda Space Pilot meets Time Pilot meets Asteroids. Ah, bollocks. Right, should I be following the arrow to the fuel base, I'm guessing? Oh, might that be Stray Bullet? It's disappeared. A rather lacklustre game if ever there was. Yeah, that's Moon War. Right, this bizarre game, I kid you not, is called Muchy Muchy Pork. Yep, somebody who likes her bacon. Is that a pig at the top? And it's by Cave, so oh bloody hell! What is it the Japanese and their anime porn and shoot 'em ups? I just never ever get it. The sad thing is, the games are always bloody brilliant, but I just don't see why they have to include cartoon porn. That's just a strange thing. This is more like it though, compared to the well, most of the games I've been looking at in this video. This is better. Just insane shooting. I don't even know what these are. Are they pigs with parachutes or something? Muchy Muchy Pork. So if you ever get asked to name a video game based on bacon, well now you've got an answer. Cave games would always look awesome on the big screens, because they're just visual feasts. Albeit with some dubious porny collections, or connections I should say. Well, maybe porn's the wrong word to say, but little girls with bikinis on. But you know what, if it sells video games then they're going to keep making them. I don't recall ever seeing a conversion of this game. I think we can firmly put this in the bullet hell category. Oh, I didn't even see what that was. I have got absolutely no idea what is going on here. I mean, she's shouting in the background, I've got no idea what she's saying. But you know what, who cares? Way! Now we're talking. When a game is this much fun, then who cares? And there goes the first level. That is muchy pork. A rather lovely game, albeit very obscure. Right, next up is Mushihime Sama. Now I was too busy looking at the name there, I didn't catch who it was. I am guessing this is another cave game. Going by the graphical style. Very nice. Look at the shadows. That's excellent. I mean, there's been quite a few cave games converted for like the PlayStation and Saturn, but there are just so many more. Look at that, that's just gorgeous. This is, to me, this is like the very best of shoot 'em ups. And they're graphical masterpieces. All hand drawn graphics. Ugh. Oh, little termites. Never heard of this game, I've got to say it's gorgeous looking. Big bugs, yuck. Yeah, the artwork and the creativity that goes into some of these games is just awesome. Oh, bloody hell, look at that thing. Absolutely amazing. Ah, bloody hell, I'm just... Is that this inside you can see now? Yuck. It's quite grotesque looking. I mean, considering it is just hand drawn, that is horrible looking. And it's gone. But that is an amazing game, I love that. That's probably my favourite, I think, of this video. That is Mushihime Sama. And this one is what was that? I didn't even catch it. MX 5000, I think it was. Oh, I like the sound of this one anyway. That was quite impressive. MX 5000 it's called. And we're back to mediocre stuff again, unfortunately. But that's the thing, when you're just looking at letters from the alphabet, you're going to get games from 1981 and games from 1995, so you know, you're always going to get that comparison. But you know what, hey ho. If it weren't for games like this, you wouldn't have stuff like Mushihime Sama. Unfortunately, if you've just played that previous game with all the graphical finesse, games like this just look plain boring. No pun intended, by the way. I think it's safe to say that I'll not be making another one of these shoot 'em up videos for a wee while. I've had my fill of horizontal shooters for quite a while. Well, not just horizontal, vertical as well, but most of them have been vertical, I think. But I hope, you know, watching this video, guys, if anybody's actually still sticking with me to the end, you know, I'll have played some games that you probably think, oh, I like the look of that, and then there's also games that I've played that you think, well, I'll be avoiding that, you know. I play them so you don't have to. It's getting rather quiet. That's got to mean the arrival of a large mothership. Or in this case, a tank. Which hasn't got quite the same effect as that disgusting looking creature thing we had in the last game. That's good night. Anyway, listen, that's enough of that one. That is MX 5000. And we're now on to the last one. Right, and it's a good one to finish. I think Irem. This is Mystic Riders. I think I may have played this one before. I can't remember. Yeah, now we're talking. Something nice and jolly. Oh, a little cat. I didn't want to do that. Yeah, when shoot 'em ups are done well like this, it's a joy to play. It really is. Ah, you can actually kind of walk along rooftops as well. Yeah, games don't have to always be serious with tanks and things. They can be fun as well. Thoroughly abstract. Oh, I thought I was going to have to navigate around that thing. Yeah, some bizarre looking baddies. There's a manga. But at least we're finishing on a high. So that is the last game, guys. I think there was something like 32 games in this video. Like I said, it's taken me quite a few, you know, I've made it over quite a long period of time, because to try and play all these games in one sitting would be enough for anybody, even the most die-hard shoot 'em up fan like myself. So like I said, when I get to letter S, I think I'll probably have to do it in 2 parts. I don't think I could sit through how many shoot 'em ups I would expect to begin with that letter. Oh, hey baddie. I like his music changes as well. That's a nice little touch. But anyway, guys, listen, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe, and finally, thank you very much for watching.